The NHL playoffs are upon us. Now, before I begin, let me just ask to please not spoil anything in the comment section, because I rarely talk about hockey, and hockey's kind of a fun sport to watch when it gets to the playoffs. So many have looked forward to this all season long, so please don't be that guy that comments every single thing I say in this video in the comment section. I'm just asking. Please don't be that guy. So let's get right to this. Let's start the Western Conference side of things. Chicago Blackhawks versus Nashville Predators. I'm excited to watch this series. I want to see if Nashville can actually take down the Giants and Chicago Blackhawks. And I think they have a shot, but unfortunately in the end I have to pick the Blackhawks in 7 games. I just think the experience for Chicago is really going to pay off in the first round of this series. Minnesota Wild versus St. Louis Blues. I'm picking the Blues in the series because I just feel like they want to get there. They know how close they were to the Stanley Cup final last year, and I think they'll be motivated to win this first round matchup to set up a date with the Chicago Blackhawks. The Anaheim Ducks take on the Calgary Flames. Now, the Anaheim Ducks, they have not done so well in the playoffs in years past. In fact, they have a bad history in the first round. But this time around, I think they're going to get it done. I think they'll get it done in 5 games. Maybe it'll take 6. Maybe it'll take 7. But I think the Ducks get this done. This is the year the Ducks get past the first round obstacle. Edmonton Oilers versus the San Jose Sharks. I think the San Jose Sharks will win this series. I just think they'll be motivated by what happened last year and how devastated they were of how close we were to winning a championship. But I think they're going to get done this year. Eastern Conference side of things, the Montreal Canadiens versus the New York Rangers. I think this is going to be a great goaltending battle between Carey Price and Henrik Lundqvist. But in the end, I have to pick the Montreal Canadiens. I think the Rangers, we haven't even gotten to the playoffs yet, but they already kind of look defeated in a way. I mean, even Rangers fans don't think they're going to get past this first round. At least some Rangers fans don't think so. But I'm going to pick Montreal to win this series. Ottawa and Boston. I like this game. I like the series to also go to 7 games as well. But in the end, I think Ottawa is going to win. I just like what I've seen out of the Ottawa Senators throughout the last 2 weeks. I think they're going to continue that momentum. The Capitals versus the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Maple Leafs are back in the playoffs behind a great stellar season by rookie sensation Austin Matthews. But in the end, though, I have to go with the Washington Capitals. I know a lot of people are going to be rooting for the Maple Leafs in this series, but I honestly think it's going to be the Capitals taking this. Pittsburgh versus the Columbus Blue Jackets. I'm going to pick Pittsburgh in this series. Although they have a bunch of injuries, I think it's going to hurt them at some point in the playoffs, but I don't think it's going to be the first round. And right, the second round now, Chicago versus St. Louis. I think this is going to be a great series again. It seems like every time we see these two teams in the playoffs, it turns out to being a great series. And I think this will be no different. In the end, I'm going to pick Chicago to win in 7. Again, with the experience, with all these different players on the team winning a championship. It's not going to be easy for them, but I think it's going to happen for Chicago this year to get back to a conference final. Anaheim versus San Jose. I'm going to pick San Jose to get past Anaheim. I know Anaheim has gotten past the first round obstacle, but they can't get past the second round obstacle. I'm picking San Jose to win this series. And we're set up for the Western Conference Finals between Chicago and San Jose, which we will get to in a little bit. Let's go back to the Eastern Conference side of the bracket. Montreal versus Ottawa. This is going to be a great series as well. However, like I said earlier in the video, I like what I've seen out of Ottawa lately. And I think they're going to ride the momentum. I think they're going to beat Montreal in 7 games. And now Washington-Pittsburgh. This series will probably also come down to 7 games, although it only took 6 last year. I think this year it'll go to 7. But But this time around, I have the Capitals taking it in 7 games. I think the Penguins not having Chris Letang is going to hurt them in this round. If it's not going to be in this round, it's going to be in the next one. And why is losing Chris Letang so significant for the Penguins? Because he's their best defenseman, and plus he's also the one that scored the game-winning goal in Game 6 to clinch the Stanley Cup for the Penguins. So I think that hurts them. Maybe you might think, maybe it won't. But coming from my perspective, I think that's what's going to happen. So now we have the conference final. The Western Conference final between Chicago and San Jose. And the Eastern Conference final between Ottawa and the Washington Capitals. So let's start with the Western Conference final. Chicago versus San Jose. I think this is just going to be an epic 7-game series. But in the end, I feel like San Jose is going to upset Chicago because I think San Jose just wants this more than anything. So I like him to ride that momentum. I think they're going to take it in 7 games. Now, Ottawa versus Washington. On the other hand, this probably will not be an epic 7-game series. I feel like Ottawa is going to be outmatched by the Capitals. I feel like the Capitals are going to win this one probably in 5, maybe even 6. But I think Washington will get this series win. And now we are set up for the Stanley Cup final. The San Jose Sharks and the Washington Capitals. And I like the Stanley Cup champions to be, in 7 games, the San Jose Sharks. I think if this were the matchup, I think we're going to see a bloodbath between these 2 teams. 2 teams that just want this more than anyone else in this field. Teams that have just been short over the years. But I feel like San Jose is going to get this done. I feel like after last year, the Sharks were on a mission. And plus, it would only be fitting because the last calendar year of sports has been all about redemption and revenge and a vengeance. We've seen the Cavs win the NBA championship. We've seen Clemson win the national championship for college football. We have seen North Carolina men's basketball win the NCAA tournament. Could we add the San Jose Sharks win the Stanley Cup? Could we see it? Anyway, those are my predictions. Comment your predictions down below. Comment your Stanley Cup final matchup. Who do you think is going to win this Stanley Cup? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Anyway, that's all I have. Like and subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Twitter, JB Talk Sports. I will see you next time. Have a great day or evening, depending on what time you're watching it. I will see you next time.